Hi guys, Football Cards and Stickers YouTube channel here, and welcome to yet another football card collectible review. Today we're going to be looking at the TOPPS Premier Gold 2013/14 trading card collection. We're just solely going to concentrate on the base cards in the collection. As you guys know, the packets sell for between around £15 to £25 each, the packets, which you get 5 cards in, but you're guaranteed either a jersey card or an autograph card within those packets. So very highly expensive, not really worth the money. But we're going to have a look at the Premier Gold base set, which we've managed to pick up. So there's 200 cards in the base set. Obviously they go in alphabetical order in teams, although there's 2 sections. They start with the defenders by the looks of it, and then the goalkeepers are later on in the collection, as you can see. Maybe something to do with it being released in the US, how they display their cards in number order. But as you can see, they're numbered at the top centre there. This is number 1 of the 200 base cards. Of course, it's Laurent Koscielny of Arsenal. It shows his record in the Arsenal shirt. And of course a little pen picture of him on the back there, a little profile. The cards in quality, these base cards, are exactly the same as the TOPPS Premier Gold 2010-11 season and 2011-12 season, so no difference there. But let's take you through these. So we've got Koscielny, Jack Wilshere, Cazorla, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Theo Walcott. They're all of Arsenal, the Champions League contenders. Then we have the Aston Villa team here, the good goalkeeper Brad Guzan. Obviously rely a lot on him with the way they defend and counter-attack teams with the pace of Agbonlahor. So we've got Loughton, Vyman, Agbonlahor, there he is, and of course Christian Benteke, the star man of Aston Villa. Then we've got the relegation candidates here. They're Cardiff City, Mark Hudson, Peter Whittingham, Don Cowie, and Craig Bellamy, and Fraser Campbell. And then of course the potential Premier League winners this season, Chelsea, where they have David Luiz, Frank Lampard, Eden Hazard, Juan Mata, and El Nino. And then of course we have Crystal Palace, who have picked up recently Julian Speroni, the Argentinian goalkeeper, Danny Gabardon, Jedinak, Bolassi, Joel Ward. And then of course the overachieving with the fantastic coach they got in charge now of Roberto Martinez, Tim Howard there, Everton, Jagielka, Leighton Baines, James McCarthy, Kevin Morales, who's highly underrated. And then of course we have the team who is really struggling at the moment. They've yet another team with a poor coach. They've got Stecklenburg here from Fulham, Rifa, Amrabrieta, Brian Ruiz, who's now on loan at PSV, and Berbatov, who's managed to jump ship as always. Always jumps from a sinking ship. And there he is, he's moved to Monaco now. Fantastic move for him, for a player of his ability. Then we move on to Hull City with James Chester, the former Manchester United apprentice there, Curtis Davies, Al Mohammadi, and Robert Corran, and Robbie Brady, yet another Manchester United apprentice. Then we move on to Liverpool, who are in line for a top 4 finish this year. Glenn Johnson, Jose Enrique, Coutinho, the Brazilian, Stevie G, and finally the rat man Luis Suarez. Then we have Manchester City, the other Premier League contenders alongside Chelsea. There we have Joe Hart, England's number 1 goalkeeper, probably the finest centre back in the division there, Vincent Kompany, David Silva, Yaya Toure, and probably the best striker in the Premier League as well, Sergio Aguero. So that's the first 50 of the 200. And then we move on to the underachieving side here. Manchester United having a transitional season. Obviously very difficult to replace their coach, and have not replaced him well this season with a guy who's just not up to the job. You have Rio Ferdinand, Vidic, who's in the both of these players in the twilight of their career. Michael Carrick. There's the star man of Manchester United, Wayne Rooney. Percy. And then we move on to Newcastle, who've done pretty well this season for what they've got. Colaccini, David Santon, the fantastic fullback, Ben Arfa, Yohan Cabaye, who's got his dream move to Paris Saint-Germain. What a move for a player like that. And Papis Cisse, who's the want-away Newcastle striker. Next up we have the struggling Norwich City team under the worst manager in the Premier League, Chris Hughton. Here we have the overrated goalkeeper John Ruddy, Sebastian Bassong, Wesley Hoolahan, who tried to join Benefit Street but was unfortunate, couldn't. Then we have Robert Snodgrass, the finest player in Norwich City. The sheep in wolf's clothing, Ricky van Wolfswinkel, probably one of the worst strikers in the league at the moment. Then we have the English player with the most potential in the country alongside Ross Barkley, that's Luke Shaw, the fullback, looking to get his dream move to Chelsea for next season. Personally, I'd like to see him stay at Southampton, as they're a very good club and can give him first team football. Schneiderlin, Gaston Ramirez, the underrated midfielder, Jay Rodriguez, and Ricky Lambert, the journeyman striker. Next up we have the Stoke, Asmir Begovic, good keeper, Jeff Cameron, Ryan Shawcross, the old Manchester United defender, Charlie Adam, the goal scoring midfielder, and the beanpole, Peter Crouch. Next up we have Sunderland with yet another former Manchester United defender, John O'Shea. Then we move on to Spurs with Eric Lamela, very struggling in the Premier League, was good for Roma though. And then we have Adam Johnson, Kieran Westwood, Stephen Fletcher. So strange that Eric Lamela was number 77 there, but obviously a change. Then we have Swansea with Michael Vaughan, Ashley Williams, Wayne Routledge, and Jonathan de Guzman, and the man himself, Miku, scores hell and all goals. And then we do move finally on to Spurs with Hugo Lloris, Jan Vertonghen, the good centre-back. And then we have the Sunderland player who should have been swapped with Lamela there, it's Lee Catamol. They were trying to sell him anyway. Then we have the guy who's to blame for Manchester United's exit in the League Cup. There he is, David De Gea. And Kagawa, fantastic player. Ben Foster, really good goalkeeper, English goalkeeper. As we move on to West Bromwich Albion, Jonas Olsen, James Morrison, Claudio Jakob, the RG, and Shane Long, who's now at Hull City. Then we have West Ham with Juskalainen, Joey O'Brien, Diami, Kevin Nolan, the fantastic, another fantastic free scoring midfielder, and the big man Andy Carroll. So that's the first 100 of the 200 in the base set. Let's move on to the last 100, and as you can see we're back to the class goalkeeper Szczesny, and overrated Mesut Ozil, Miguel Arteta, Oliver Giroud and Lucas Podolski. And then from Villa we have Ron Vlaar, Tony Moon, Al Hamadi, Fabian Delph, Bakuna. And then Cardiff City, the fantastic goalkeeper David Marshall, real class goalkeeper, Stephen Kolka, Gary Medel, Gunnarsson, and Cornelius, who's managed to get his escape from Cardiff back to Denmark, I believe. Then we have Petr Cech of Chelsea, another outstanding goalkeeper, Willian, formerly of Shakhtar, JT, Ashley Cole and Oscar. Then we have, he'll shit where he wants, Jason Punchin from Palace, Dick Gakoy, Chamak, Kevin Phillips, there he is, Super Kev, and Dwight Gale, the big money signing from Peterborough. And then of Everton, Leon Osman, Stephen Pienaar, Gareth Barry, Lukaku, and Jelavic, now at Hull City. Then we have the big beanpole from Fulham, Hangeland, Scott Parker, Adel Taarabt, now on loan at AC Milan. And we have Damien Duff and Darren Bender. Then we have Figueroa from Hull, Tom Huddleston there from Hull as also, Sagbo and Jake Livermore on loan from Spurs. Then we have Alan McGregor from Hull, Mignolet from the Scousers, Lucas Levy, Hor Henderson, Daniel Agger, Daniel Sturridge, then possibly one of the best right backs in the country, Pablo Zabaleta playing in the Premier League, Jesus Navas, Fernandinho, Negredo, the Beast, and Stephen Jovetic now starting to score goals for Manchester City. And the last 50 of the base set. There he is, there's Screech, Giggs, Danny Welbeck, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Tim Krul, Debussy, Jonas Gutierrez, Czech Tiote, the defensive midfielder, Loic Remy, Martin Olsen of Norwich, Russell Martin, Pilks, Gary Hooper, Nathan Redmond. Then we move on to Southampton with the goalie, Boric, Osvaldo, Wanyama, Lovren and Adam Lallana. And we have a little different sort of picture there. Robert Hoof of Stoke, Everington, Nzonzi, Eric Peters, Scum, Giacarini of Sunderland, Craig Gardner, Jack Colback, Diakite, formerly of Lazio. I believe he's on loan back and loan at Fiorentina now. He's struggling to settle under Poyet's regime. Altidore, Angel Rangel, the fullback from Swansea, Chico, John Joe Shelby, and Wilfred Boney, who's now starting to score goals for Swansea, and the flying winger Pablo Hernandez. Next up we have the fullback from Spurs, Kyle Walker, Michael Dawson, Paulinho, the Brazilian midfielder, Aaron Lennon, the speed merchant, Soldado, the misfiring striker, Sandro, Jermaine Defoe. That obviously isn't Jermaine Defoe. Some error card there, very nice. He's a little widget, Jermaine Defoe, he's certainly not him. Then we move on to West Brom, Ridgewell, Sessignon, Malumbu, Chris Brunt, Nicky Anelka. Then to West Ham, James Collins, Stuart Downing, Mark Noble, Matty Jarvis, and finally number 200 is Joe Cole there. So I hope you enjoyed that review of the base set. Don't forget to stay tuned to Football Cards and Stickers channel, and also subscribe just by hitting that link in the corner there. Look out for more Premier Gold 2014 collectibles coming your way, including a full set of the insert cards and of course a full set of the jersey cards. But until then guys, arrivederci.